Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I've still got all of the stuff on my desk. And we're going to go ahead and probably, hopefully, finish up this little journal. Let's see, I want a tag to go in here. Now what I did was just went into my stash and pulled out some of these backings for ephemera that I keep. I always keep all of these. I pulled those out. These are like the Tim Holtz backing for the words, or the little word labels that he has. That is going to fit perfect in there. I think I want it maybe about that tall. I just put a little notch there with my finger. So, and I've got my pieces here that I think I'm going to put on the front. So I'm going to lay that over there. Grab my trimmer wherever it might be buried under all of this stuff. I don't have a table big enough anymore. You know, I didn't have a table big enough when I had 3 tables. I don't think you could get me a table big enough because I have to drag out everything when I start creating. I can't just do 1 or 2 things. I gotta have everything on my desk. At least that's what hubby tells me anyway. Okay. This is gonna be our label, and we just need to cover it with something. Some pretty paper. Let's see. Let me see where it's gonna go so I'll know what's on this side. Oh, I don't want that page. Not right now. I want it later on, I think. Not right now. Okay. See what we have here. This is from Susan's Autumn Bliss. Let's see if I can get my butterfly on there. Yes, I think I can. Okay, I think we'll use this sheet. And if I glue it down like that, let's see, if I move it down a little bit, I should be able to get my birds and the butterfly on there. That'll work. And then it'll go with that other page, I think. So let's do that. Let's glue that down. Now I use my art glitter glue to glue on these. They glue fine. I've never had a problem with them. I know some people say they have a little bit of problem because this is kind of a shiny surface. I've not had an issue with it, but it may be your climate, or you may not be putting enough. I tend to put quite a bit because I don't want it to come unglued. Let's see. I'm going to come up just a little bit. Just want to make sure I get my little birds and my butterfly on there. Yep. Yep. His wing is going to come off just a tiny bit, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go ahead. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and trim this. And then we'll put a backing on here because I don't think you'd be able to write on that. And I'll save these little pieces for collaging. Those will be good for collaging. Now what do we want to back it with? I have more of this is called drawing paper, and I get this off of Amazon. I'll leave the link below. It is fantastic to back your pieces with, your tags and things, because it is so easy to write on. Just about any pen that I have ever tried on this writes well. Oh, I think that's going to be a cute tag. And see, it's nice and sturdy with that piece in the middle. Now, you can sort of see through this backing, but it's not enough that's going to hinder you as far as writing. You can just see there's some light and dark places back there. What you see in the camera is what I see. So it's not enough that's going to hinder anything. Now, I don't think I want to cut this into a tag shape because I would lose part of my little butterfly there. So I think I'm going to round all the corners with my 1/2 inch corner rounder. That way I don't lose my little butterfly. Now I'm going to get my little punch out, and I think we're going to put our pull over on the side instead of the middle. Who did I see do that the other day? And it was so cute. But let's see, what did they do? They put a little piece on here first. All right, I'm just going to take a piece of scrap, trim that off somewhat near straight, and I'm going to fold it over. And I'm not folding it at any particular width. It looks like it's about a 1/2 inch wide, and it's folded about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to darken it up a little bit because I really wanted a darker piece, but I didn't have a darker piece right here on my desk. So guess what? We'll get to use this one. And I'm getting my fingers nice and inky. And that's okay because it'll wash off. Now I am going to glue that down right there. I saw somebody do this the other day and I thought it was so cute. I don't remember who it was. Sometimes I watch bits and pieces of videos, but I just thought it was so cute when they did it. And I want to remember that so that I can do it next time. Okay. Get my crocodile. I think that's a large one. Let's see. Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and punch a hole right there. And I'm putting a yellow brad in there. Or a yellow eyelet, I should say, not brad. That's an eyelet. And that just made that little piece right there. Now we're going to get a piece of seam binding. I'm going to use, sorry about the crinkling, I'm going to use some of my fall seam binding that I picked up from my scrap cabin. I think I'll just use that dark brown maybe. And I had a few of you tell me that when you got over that she didn't have these bundles, I messaged her and she said if you will just check back with her, you know, they sell as quick as she can make them, and I can see why, because it's such good quality and they're dyed so well. But so just check back with her or message her and let her know what you want. And she said she would try her best to get it put together for you. She's a very sweet lady. Let's see. Well, in theory, this went in there well, but in my mind, it works. There we go. Has to take a little bit of persuading, doesn't it? Just a little persuading. Now, we're going to think that's so cute, and that's not exactly how the person that I watched did hers, but that works for me. I think it's cute. So that is going to go right here. But we're going to ink all around it first. And I'm going to stitch around all of these. I'm not going to do it while I'm making this video, but when I get off video, I'll stitch around all of them. And I can still stitch around it like that. I just take my little ribbon out and stitch. There we go. So that will go in there. Now I feel like it needs something right here because it's a little bit plain right there. And I'm not sure what. I may have to come back to that. Alright, now I'm going to put some lace and trims on some of these page edges. And I've just pulled out a lot of vintage trim and laces. And I'm just going to use some various ones. These are mostly from Cindy's Vintage Cafe. She finds a lot of this at estate sales. And I will link her channel, well, I'll link her store below. It starts a channel, but she don't have a channel. She has a store, and it's our sister site, so you will see lots of the same people over there. I started it up a good while ago, and I just couldn't keep it up, so I asked Cindy, did she want to take it over, and she said sure. So that is now where she lists all of her laces and trims. So I went ahead and glued the lace there. My camera cut out, but anyway, I just glued the lace there. And you saw this when I put that in there. I glued this on off camera. It's just a piece that Susan made from Hello Susan. It was on my package and I pulled it off, and then I just put a tag that we made the other day on there. So that's on that page. And then you saw me put that on. I just put a little bit of vintage trim here. This is some I got from, I think this came from Cindy's Vintage Cafe. Again, I'll link that below. You saw me do this. I did add a little piece of lace right down here at the bottom on this. This is that trim that we have on the outside of the journal. And then I added this side tuck pocket. I need to put some trim right there. So what shall we put? Maybe a little piece of this. I did a little bit of it off camera while I was having to go through and delete some things because my disc was full evidently. I don't know. I didn't think I had that much in it, but evidently it was full. So I just went through and deleted some things, and I don't know if this is going to go in there. It's got a little bitty hole. Tiny bitty hole. Find my little pokey. But I did want to do the front cover with you guys. And then, like I said, I'll do the stitching around the tags and things off camera. And we'll show those when we do a final flip through. Because I have quite a few tags to stitch around. Some of them we have already done, but there's still a few. And I don't know if this is going to go in there or not. It's a little bitty hole, and I'm afraid I'm going to tear it out if I pull it very hard. Oh, that works. Okay. So that'll tuck right in there. And then I just tucked one of my little journaling cards that we made on another video behind that. I put this vintage piece of lace down through here. I think I got that from one of you guys. Down through is a belly band, and then I know I've already got one of these in there, but I thought it's pretty enough to put two in there. So, and then here, this is a pocket that we made on a video, I think the last video. That's that fold up pocket, and then I just put one of my journaling cards behind there. You saw me put that on. I put a piece of vintage lace here on this. That's a very, very old lace. And that's all I have done. I still don't have all my tags made. I need to do that. But I wanted to go ahead and do the front on this. I want to put this front piece on before forget about what I want to do with it. Now, I stitched this lace to this vintage lace. This is a very, very old vintage lace in the back. And this, I'm sure, is pretty old. I don't know. I don't remember where I got that. And then this is a piece of that real antique lace up here. And the way I attached them, I hand stitched, and then I'm just going to glue down around the sides and make this a double pocket on the front. Sometimes I like a double pocket on the front of my journals, and since this one is solid, you know, same design all over, I think it'll make it pretty. Cover up a little bit of that design, but still have it all peeking through. Now, let's see how far we need the glue. And you could have certainly stitched this on, but I find sometimes just gluing works okay. And I don't know if I'll put any tags in this. I may just put some extra paper and things in and let the person who purchases it decide if they want tags on the front or if they just want to leave it with the lace. I think that's about right there. Now, I got a glob of glue right there, so I need to get that off. A glob of glue. Okay, let's see if we can put this down without too much trouble. Okay, I'm not coming all the way down. I don't want to cover up all of my stitching. So I'm going to leave my stitching showing. Most of it anyway. Okay, a little bit more right here. And then looks like I need a little bit more right here. And I don't mind how that kind of scoops down there. That I like that look. Okay. Just make sure that the scooping on both sides is about even. Yeah, that looks good enough right there. Okay. And I'll always go back and make sure that everything is glued well. I usually do before I put it in the shop to sell. Okay. Now, what I thought I'd put on the front is going to be very unusual, unconventional, but I think it looked pretty. These are some leaves that Susan had on one of my packages. And I loved the leaves with this. Thought that was pretty. And then this is a flower that I got, I don't know. I think I actually purchased these. I think that's something that I actually purchased. And I thought I would put that there. What do you think? I know we got brown back here, but this is a vintage lace. And then this being an ivory color, I wanted to bring in some of that ivory here. So I kind of like that. But what do you think? I think it's pretty. I'll hold it up and look at it. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I think it's pretty. Now, the only thing is, I'm going to have to put something down in here so that when I glue these on, they're not going to close up my pocket. Now, this little place right here, it's going to be hard to get a tag in and out of because it's just open lace. But I thought it might be okay for a little notepad or something. And then, again, you could just leave it exactly like it is and not put anything in there. So, let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to glue that right there. And I know it's sitting sideways for you. I don't have one of those book things that holds it down, so. Now this one, let's see. I'll glue that way. That's where I pulled it off of the package that Susan had it on. I am completely out of fall leaves. I didn't buy any more this year, and I don't have any in my stash, so when I saw these, I grabbed them. Okay, let's put quite a bit of glue so that everything sticks well, and then I'll just leave that piece in there until all of this dries, and that way it won't glue my pocket shut. That's cute. So that's probably going to be all that I do to the front, just because, I mean, I am going to make a tag for this, a big tag out of one of these. I'll cover it and make a tag out of it, but I just think that's neat the way that looks. It's a very fallish fall leaf journal. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to do on this video. I know this one is kind of short, but they'll be short for a little while. But I just need to give this time to dry so that nothing glues my pocket shut. And before I open it up and try to do anything else, this needs to dry real well. So I think that's all I'm going to do on this video, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.